Hello, today we'll be discussing sunk costs and the sunk cost fallacy. So, what is a sunk cost? A sunk cost is something you've already spent money, resources, or time on that you can't recover or get back. For example, if you're leasing a store on White Ave, you have to pay a certain amount monthly for rent. This is a sunk cost because it doesn't change the business decisions and it's something that you'll always have to pay, so you aren't factoring it in every month. So, it's a sunk cost that you can't recover. So, what is the sunk cost fallacy? It refers to when someone or a business decides to continue a business venture because they think they have a lot of time or resources invested in it. These are the sunk costs, even though the venture is not currently beneficial. So, how does the sunk cost fallacy lead to poor decisions? Well, it ties people to an endeavor that can be unsuccessful for the business because they feel that the sunk costs, like the time or the resources that they've already put into it, are worth too much to make decisions that affect the future business, such as turning away from the endeavor entirely because it's leading down a poor, profitable road. The easiest way to explain this is through an example. So, say you're watching a movie and 30 minutes in, you decide you really aren't enjoying it. But the time you've already spent watching it, because you're 30 minutes in, would go to waste if you don't keep watching it. You've spent 30 minutes, you'd have wasted that 30 minutes on a poor movie if you don't finish it. You need to see where it's going to go. But you should stop watching because you're wasting more time watching a movie you don't like instead of choosing to keep watching it. So you're wasting your time either way, but you're wasting more time by continuing to watch it. So let's make it clearer with a relevant example. Say you're 2 months into your PhD thesis and you meet with your professor and they tell you your thesis topic is totally deniable. You've already spent 2 months researching and designing a paper that you know you can't prove, but after thinking about what your professor said, you realize that you have two choices. You can either stop this paper idea and find a new idea with the help of your professor, or continue this paper and be finished early, but you risk having a much lower grade. So, why should we ignore sunk costs when making business decisions? Well, let's look at the PhD example. In this case, we should ignore the sunk costs that are the 2 months spent on the paper topic and turn to another one. You know that if you stick with the one you have now, you guarantee that you'll have a lower grade than if you abandon for an alternative topic. We shouldn't let the sunk costs get we shouldn't let the sunk cost of time get us down. Instead, we should ignore it and turn to something that is more profitable. In this example, that would be to knuckle down and find a better paper topic so you get a better grade. We shouldn't be hanging on to the fact that we've already spent time on a poor graded paper.